Hello and welcome to our session today. It's Wednesday afternoon and we're here to learn a new graphics program that is going to help you create interesting graphics, create presentations for, for your students to learn from, or maybe for your head of departments to see, or for many other colleges, to collect together about any topic, absolutely, be it an education that you're trying to impart to someone about a subject, or be it a new concept that you have in mind, a new idea that you have in mind for your institute, your school, and you'd like to share it. We have to find interesting ways to present it. So today we're going to learn a program called Canva, and let me straight head to the presentation. I'm going to be sharing my screen right away with you. Starting to share a presentation with you all. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. And here it is. So Canva is essentially a graphics program that allows a lot of different kinds of graphics to be made. So not just presentations, in infographics, brochures, and a lot in the education space. So as I share my screen with you all, I'd like to show you various things that Canva can help you in the education space, right? So here we are, MakkSkills, as you all know it. I'm going to go down to the next page, Canva. The new way to learn and educate, canva.com. We're going to head to our Internet Explorer or our Google Chrome or any other Microsoft Edge, whichever Explorer program you use. And we're going to see it hands-on. So I hope you all have your laptops or your phones handy to start the session with me. What is Canva? Canva is essentially an easy use tool to just drag and drop whatever images you want, whatever text you want, and of course it then allows you to make it a simple interface wherein you can create different things, be it videos, animation, or simple cards, invitation cards for the entire department, anything like that. It provides access to over millions of photographs, graphics, and fonts. It's used by professionals and non-designers. So that is an amazing thing about Canva. It's made as easy for somebody who's doing it for the first time. And it has enough options for those who are using this professionally and are using it regularly. So I'm going to take you down through this presentation. The tools in Canva can be used for both web and for print media design. Okay, so why Canva? Firstly, it is a free app and there is so much you can do with just the free app. But like all softwares or all websites have, they always give you some advanced options. So when you start to feel that you've used Canva many times and it's your daily need, then you can always go ahead and upgrade yourself to a paid version. Easy to use, lots of background options are available, resizing to another design, and I'm going to teach you that as well. Canva automatically saves your design, which is a huge benefit to have because Canva, even if your computer shuts, the electricity suddenly goes. We're all living in different parts of the country. The Internet Explorer, Internet stops working. There's a data issue. It doesn't matter because Canva is not going to let you lose your design. You can log in from any computer, whether you're sitting at home or you're going to your office. You don't have to carry your designs in your pen drive. It is an open online tool and you can log in anytime with the same ID and your entire design portfolio will be available for you. Remove background easily, which is an extremely useful tool. We all are we going to show that to you as well. When you get a logo, you want to remove the white background because you might have chosen a different kind of background, so you wanted to merge very gracefully and very well in it. So it allows us to make our designs more warm. Designs have warmth in terms of it doesn't look very blocky. So these are some design words I'm just using, but heading to the next page. So here we're going to learn basics of Canva, how to get used to simple tools, brochures, infographics. I've written just 2 things here, but primarily I'm going to be teaching you a lot of presentation graphics as well, and also how to resize. So there are 3 ways to log into Canva. One is Facebook, one is through Google, and one is through having your own account. I'm going to show that to you live. let's begin. Let's log on to canva.com. So I'm going to stop the share here right now, and I'm going to share screen and take you straight to here. So I already have a Canva page open here. I'm going to log out of this page. Just a moment. I hope you can all see my screen right here. And I'm going to see log into your account. So here I'm going to click on sign up, right? So here are the options: log in with Google, Facebook, or of course you can have your own details. So I'm going to click on sign up. Now, when I click on sign up as well, what happens is, just a moment, as you can see, I hope you all can see my screen right now. Okay, so as you can see, you have the options and it tells you it's free forever, create stunning designs and documents in minutes, no design experience, no problem, which is why we chose to, bring in, when we had to teach you presentations and other graphics, we did not want to bring in a Corel or Adobe Photoshop to you here, because one, you'll have to download the software, right? And everybody's not working on the computer, we do understand that. So Canva is something you can easily do via the app, and you can very comfortably do via your laptop as well. So which is why we chose our software, which is going to make, even for first-time users, an extremely easy experience. I always recommend that you sign up with an email and not link your Canva or any new software into your Facebook and Google, because many of us don't read the finer details. But the problem is that, they tend to access a lot of our, information, which you can totally skip, right? So when you get an option, always try and avoid linking in your account. So here you can just click on sign up with email, put in your name, put in your email address, a password that you choose, and get started. It's free, right? I'm going to just move back from this, and I'm going to sign in because I do already have an account of mine, and I'm going to log into that account. Okay, so when you log into a blank page, which means that you're starting out for the first time, this is exactly what you're going to see. So you're going to see design anything, and you'll have a search panel on what you'd like to design. So let me say I want to design a presentation. The minute I write the word present, it gives me the options of presentation in 2 different sizes. Mobile first presentation. So you see Canva is keeping itself up to date with what are the options one needs today. So if you're sharing a presentation on the phone, maybe you can do a mobile first presentation. Reason being, the sizing is done accordingly, right? A business presentation, maybe you're creating your own portfolio, a marketing presentation. So if I scroll down, just within presentation, it gives me so many options, right? And now, for example, let me just click on a professional presentation. And it gives me a lot of templates. So what Canva essentially does is that it has a lot of templates, ready templates for you to choose from. So you might like any of these presentations, and you might say, I like the color and I like the look, and I think I'd like to use one of them, and pick one of them, right? So on and so forth, right? Or you can start from scratch and go to blank. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be teaching you presentations immediately. I'm going to first click on the page that says blank. So I don't want to pick a template. I just want to create a blank presentation. So I can share and teach you the tools of how do we use the tools in the panel here. And then I'm going to take ready templates and show you. And then I'm going to show you the options, the enormous number of options you have under the education tab. And I'm going to come to that in just some time. So here we are in Canva. And I've clicked on presentation. I've taken a blank presentation. As you can see, my page right here is white. Let me give it a background. Okay, so I'm going to click on this page and automatically a color option opens up. So what did I do? I clicked in the center of my blank page and I'm going to give it a color. I picked on any color options that it gave me. There's some block of color options already available. I can always add another palette as well. Okay, so I've taken one color and I want to share with you the toolkit that comes along with it. Okay, so this is my first page of my presentation. It's untitled. I can always go and save it. If I don't save it, then it will get saved by this name, Untitled Design Presentation. So I'm going to give it a name so I can remember to come back to it. I'm going to write School Presentation. Okay, I'm going to keep this name handy. I'm going to go to Upload. So after templates, which are still, available to you. In the middle, if you decide to pick a template, you can always still continue to do that. So here are your template options. And right below templates, the first option I see is uploads. When I click on uploads, it gives me options. These are the uploads that I've done in the past. I can go to upload a video or an image, select it from wherever it was. I'm going to select some of the pictures that I used for the Edmodo presentation yesterday. So I'm going to select this college. So basically, I just went to upload and I went to finding a picture from my desktop. I use this for Edmodo also. I'm going to use this college picture right here. And I'm going to move it around. Now you decide where you want to move it around, right? So while Canva gives you fixed templates, I want to tell you that what's exciting about Canva is that it allows you to move almost everything. About 99% of your elements that you pick can be moved around and anything can be done to them, right? Now, I've taken this picture. I can make the picture half. I can just pull this along and crop half the college. Okay, I just don't want such a big image and I've cropped out. So what I've done is I'm just going to show it to you once again. This is the picture I uploaded. I picked on it. It's come right here. I've made it big. I want the size to be big, but I don't want so much of the college showing. So I just took this from the left, I pulled it. From the right, I can pull it and avoid the tree. And okay, this is my college and I've kept it on the side. Now I want to write my college name. So I'm going to go to text. So I'm skipping the photos and elements for a moment. I'm going to go to straight to text, go to add a heading, and I'm going to write Wilson College. Okay. And here's my college name. I can change the colors of my college name into anything I'd like. Okay. So how did I change the color? Firstly, I went to text. I picked up a heading, a big bold text. I wrote whatever I wanted to. And the minute I've written this, under A shows the text color. So when I keep my cursor on it, it says text color. I click on it and I can change the color to anything I like. Again, I pick up Bombay, put it here, right under Wilson College. I can change the font. Now, as you see, when I click on Bombay, it shows me the font name and the font size. I can click on this, change it to another font. You'll see that change happening. I can change this. There are some preset numbers here. I can change to anything I'd like. And only once I click on the text will I get the option. So I can move it to 24. Do you see how small it's become? Now, if I feel it's too small, I'm going to pull it like this. So you have both the options. Either you put a text number, or of course you drag it and you can size it the way you want to. Again, at Wilson College, I can do the same. There are more options. Make it italic, underline, left align, right align. These are some things you all might be familiar with, especially those who have used Microsoft Word before. I also do have an option of making it a small, small caps or big caps. So the two fonts that I've selected do not allow that. That's why it's not happening right now. But if I write trial text here, text. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to write trial text here and I'm going to click on this uppercase and lowercase. You're going to see how that changes. Okay. Again, I clearly have chosen a font which doesn't allow that, but there are many fonts that do. So just give me a moment. I'm going to show that to you how that happens. I've just changed the font to something else. And let's see how the text will go. Okay, here. Okay, and like I said, we can either underline it, make it italics, or the three dots, and there are more options as well. We're going to learn those options in just a bit. Here we are. Okay, any other text can be written here the way you'd like. Now, what are the other options? So under templates, there's uploads. We just checked on that. You can also upload a video, right? So I can go to videos and see what video options I have here. Now, these are some of the videos I've uploaded in the past, right? I can always insert that. So I'm going to add another page and insert one of our videos. Can you see how the video is coming up? So it auto plays it. Now, if I want to remove this background, I can. Or I want to take this across the entire page, I can. But the problem right now is that it's not the same size as my background page, right? So either I can pull it, but when I pull it, it's going to zoom into it, right? Because you can't always stretch a graphic in any way you like. It obviously changes the look of the graphic, right? So ideally, always stretch your graphic from the left or the right. Okay, so here is what it is in terms of video. So I can upload any image or any presentation, any image or any video to my presentation that I'd like. Okay, now moving down to elements. Now, what are elements? Okay, I'm going to add a new page here so I can show it. Now, elements are essentially a few things. So one is, of course, different kinds of clip art. So let's say you're making a card. You can always put in a happy birthday. You can put in happy birthday cards. So these are some of the recently used ones. They're featured. There are lots of clip arts that always come into elements. And they're also grids. Okay, so when I click on any grid, now you see this particular image, I can make it small, big. I can resize it the way I want to. So what did I do? I clicked on this grid. It's taken over my entire page, and I'm going to reduce it. Okay, so grid is essentially something that allows photos to be thrown into it in that shape or size. So I'm going to take 2-3 options of grids. I'm going to take a circular frame. I'm going to take another rhombus kind of a frame. Okay, and I've taken a square grid. I'm going to copy paste this with Control C, Control V and bring this down, and I'm going to keep it much smaller. Okay, this is my page. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4? So I have 4 options of throwing in my photos. Okay, so I go to photos. Okay, and I'm going to click on education. So in photos, I can just write a word like we would maybe Google search in Google Images for words. I can also pick pictures right from here. So I picked something and I'm going to throw it into my grid. I'm going to show it to you once again. I clicked on a picture. It's right here. I think 2 of them came in. It's coming to the center of my page and I'm going to throw it back here. I'm going to take another picture of a blackboard and I'm just slightly pushing it towards where, where my entire design is. Now I can double click on it and bring the bag right in the middle. Okay, did you all see that? I'm going to show it to you in another picture. Here I'm taking pencil picture and I'm going to throw it into this rhombus. Okay, now if I think that I want to make it bigger, I can always do that. Okay, I can make it bigger, but I can't change the fact that the shape of the rhombus that I've taken, either I delete it if I don't like it. So maybe I feel it's not fitting in well, so I can delete it, or I can put it into another picture. So I'll try. How does it look? Does it look any better in this? Or maybe I like it a little more in this, so I can delete it, right? I can delete the whole frame completely. So in my presentation, these images are easily available for us in Canva itself, or of course, we can always go to google.com, pick an image we like, education, and images. Okay, so I think this was a very similar image. Why don't we pick this image? I'm going to right click, save this image. Okay, and it's going to go to my downloads. So I'm going to now go to uploads, upload the image from where it's saved. I hope you all are following what I'm saying. Here it is. I picked an image, it's getting uploaded here. Okay, let me go back. Let me get this image in the center. Okay, and I've thrown it back. I'll show it to you once again. I've thrown it here and this image has come through. Okay. So like you can take any image from Google, similarly in photos, you have various options. So I can go take a water image, right? And okay, I can also make this water image my background. So when I right click on it, it says set as background. There you go. The images automatically become your background, right? So you could do that with any image. I'm going to bring a frame again. So I'm going to go to elements and bring in another frame. Here, I've got a laptop frame, a computer frame, and I'm going to take this water image and throw it inside this, right? So it's a drag and drop easy interface. That's what it said earlier. And that's exactly what it really is. Now, what I don't want, what I change my mind, I can just delete it. Of course, I do want to tell you that while you can undo anything you want while you're in Canva, but if you've closed a diagram or sort of a design that you're creating, you can't go back to, you can't undo after you've closed it, right? It's similar to if you save something in a file, in an Excel file, Word file, or any other graphic program. Once you've saved it, then you can't go back, right? So if you close the presentation, it is going to be saved as what you saw it last, and then doing the undo option will not be possible. Right now, I can undo it while I'm still working by pressing Control Z. I'm undoing each and every element that I have done. So actually, I can go back all the way to a blank page by just, I'm pressing Control Z again and again, and it's taking me back to where I was. So I can undo it as long as I don't close it. And this is where we had started, right? So of course, in our one hour session, we try to teach you a lot of things, but of course you all have to explore as well. So I'm going to add another page. I'm going to add another page to show you some more elements. Now, as we go down in elements, right, there are also some stickers. So if you're showing something to a younger child, right, pre-primary, photos and elements like this will always engage them. You don't need this for an 8th grader, but you definitely need, this kind of animation for a younger child, right? So you can see some interesting stickers here, what you like, and you can use that. Okay. There are lots of options, confetti stickers, and all kinds of interesting stickers are there. Okay, so you can use all these. I'm not going to get into all those elements right now. Okay, now, so while we were at elements, I want to tell you that when we showed you photos, when I wrote water, did you notice that a real image of water has come in? This looks like a real ocean, or for example, this looks like a real image of water, right? It's probably a close-up. So I'm going to put this image right here. Okay, and when I go to elements and write the same word water, you're going to get clip art options, right? So I hope you all understand clip art. So you're going to get a clip art option of water, right? Save water, all these can be used for your save water campaigns. Okay, so not only as you as teachers, you can also tell your students to use programs like this, because they can make their posters and various other things in it. Okay. Moving to text, we've talked about text. I'm going to add another page again. Okay, so moving to the next element, text. The 3 options: heading, subheading, or body of text. So if you're writing a heading, you can always use water resources and put this here. Like I said, you can change the font style, you can change the the text size and color and everything from here. Okay, and you can add a small paragraph. We must all save water. Okay, now the thing I was telling you earlier about making this capital and not, sorry, just a moment, I'm going to bring it here. So this element that wasn't working earlier, right here, now you see the difference it makes. Can you see, all of you see your screens under water resources? This is what I had written. I click on it and I decide I think it should be capital, and I click on this and it makes it automatically all capital, all small, all capital. With a click of a button, you can always decide whichever you'd like to do. Okay. Also, text also has some design options like this, which you can pick and change anything of. So, for example, I've picked this. Now I can always say 3 plus 4. Solve this first, okay, or something, right? Anything that you'd like to write. So I can pick a set like this from one of the options that are given here. Okay. That's one. Also, I'd like to tell you, if you notice that when I move 3 plus 4 and solve this first, they're moving together, right? So basically this is happening because they're grouped. So when you see something is moving together and you don't want to use them, or you want to split them, I click on this and automatically an ungroup options comes here. I ungroup it, and now I can move this separately and I can move this separately. Okay. For some reason, if you would like to group anything because you want them to move together, you can drag, select what you want to group, and automatically a group option comes on top, right? Maybe you want to keep this under this and you want to group all of these things together. Okay. So what I'll do for that is I'll ungroup this and I will group all of these things together. Okay. So everything is grouped together. Okay. So this is about text. Music. So now music, very few options are available in the free version. Because I am in a pro version, I have many options of music as well uploaded here. But for music, all I have to do is drag and drop. Okay, so I'm going to go to this beginning of the this, and I'm going to let me say I will present this. Okay, standard. Let's see. Can you all hear the music? This is the video that I had put. This is a page where I created a few different kinds of frames. This is where I was showing you water, clip art, photos on the left and elements on the right. And this is what we just created, right? Now, all of this was just to give you some basics of, now we're going to go and see what are the educational tools available. One last thing before that, or also you have option of videos on the left, which is fine because I've already talked about that within photos. There are option of videos as well, right? Just in upload, in uploads, you can either upload images or videos, or similarly, you can go to videos and pick a ready video. So if you want to search for a video related to water, right? Maybe I want to pick something like this. I can always add this to my, why don't I put it in a new page? Just a moment. Okay, I picked out a water video, which I thought was very valid to my subject, and I've put it right here. Okay, so these are some videos available, and background color. I'm going to go back to the page that was there ahead. Okay, now here I'm going to click, and there's a lot of options of background colors and landscapes. See, it took me a second to do that. So I've clicked on the page where I want to change the background. I can put something really complex like this, like a city pattern, or I can put a landscape. I can put patterns. So I'm just changing the background as it goes along. Okay. Okay, so one can do that also. So I'm sure you're all finding it very, very exciting. Just a moment. Now I'm going to take you to the options that Canva gives us for education. Okay, just a moment. And I'm going to go back here. Okay, so there are two things I'm going to be focusing on now. Firstly, I'm going to go home. So I'm just going to give you a sense of how we're going to do this. Next 15 minutes, I'm going to be focusing primarily on showing you various educational designs that Canva understands that you can create very easily. And secondly, I will also be telling you how to design a certificate. Okay, so here we are on our Canva homepage. When I just put my cursor on templates, what do I get? Lots of options. Social media, lots of social media graphics. Social media is today all about graphics, right? And you know, I'm sure you all have seen it, and that's how advertisements have been in the past so many years. Everything is turned into graphics because, you know, they say a picture is equal to 1,000 words. There's so many movies being made on books that are so well written, right? Because a lot of people in the world, you know, enjoy the whole experience of colors and what you can show to a child as young as in pre-primary what 1 banana plus 2 banana is equal to. Similarly, if you have to show or explain anything, be it a really complex, you know, physics equation or a chemical, the what you can show with video and photos is not matchable to any sort of text one can read in a paragraph, right? So graphics from an education standpoint are very, very important. So as you can see in templates, the options are social media, personal, business. So be it a personal invite, it's personal invite, business ones, presentations, website, logos, marketing, education, what's trending, Zoom backgrounds. You can create interesting Zoom backgrounds here. Why not? You can maybe make a personalized one for your class when you're teaching and have that always there. Concept maps, mind maps, these are some trending things. That's quite interesting. Father's Day cards are trending. Why so? Because Father's Day was just hardly 10 days ago. So many people logged into Canva to create you know, a design like that. Therefore, a lot of this is trending. But what we're going to talk about first is education. So under education, there's so many options, and I'm going to right click and open all of them. Let's see all of them. So we're going to be doing certificate a little more detail. Let's see what are these options for. all us educators, and I want to see all. Let's see all the options that it already has. Like I said before, Canva is like a blank canvas. You can design anything you want, but it does give us a lot of template options as well. So I'm going to go to education. Yeah, this is all of them. So I'm just going to go here. Okay, so lesson plan templates. I can go on about Canva for about easily 4 hours because there's so many fun things to learn. Okay, so here we are on Canva and we're talking about lesson plan templates. So you all have things called timetable, which we all abide by as students in our entire school life journey and even college. So this is our lesson plan options, right? There's so many lesson plan options that are here. So let's pick something. Let's pick any one, okay? So I like this template and I'm going to click on it. We earlier worked on a blank screen and now we're going to be working on a template. So here it is. Of course, this one says Young Minds Kindergarten. So on the right, you'll always see that I can make it present full screen. Okay, this is the template I've picked up and I'm going to press escape for that, for exiting full screen, and it says 30%. So let me zoom a little more to, let's say, at least a 50%. Okay, so you can see most of the graphic here. Now, Mrs. Let's just say you're a kindergarten teacher, so let's call you Miss Rao, Miss Aditi Rao. Okay, lesson plan. Now, what am I doing really? I'm just double clicking on anything that's written and changing it to my lesson plan one here. So Monday, we're going to do animals in their habitat, it says. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to double click on this. And after animals in their habitat, we're going to learn how to sing along. Okay, and instead of elements of art, I'm going to change that to, so what I'm doing is I picked something I liked and I'm going to just change my Monday timetable to physical training. Okay, so younger children want to go through that. Now I can change everything I want here. So maybe Tuesday is a holiday. I'm just going to keep Tuesday here and I'm going to delete these two and I'm going to delete this one as well. Okay, I'm going to delete this one as well, this entire thing. Just a moment. I'm going to click on the whole thing, delete it. And I'm going to go to text, take a big heading because I want to write the big words, holiday. Okay, so I'm going to write holiday here and leave it here. Now I'm going to write what's happening on Wednesday, so on and so forth. If you just have 2 periods, you just write 2 or you extend it to 3. So if I want to get more writing place done, so I'm going to just bring these closer and make enough space so that I can talk about 4 subjects here. Now, let's say I am going to be printing this out or I just need more space, okay? I just need more space. So I can resize this entire lesson plan. So I'm here on this page, right here, you can see file. Under file, it gives you options of showing margins, showing print leads, all of these you need especially to print. And there's also something called resize. Now I can resize this to anything I'd like, right? You want to resize this and make a card out of it, portrait, why not? Make a photo collage of it. Maybe I can make an invitation of this and say resize, or I can say copy and resize. Okay, I'm going to make one thing, resize. Now when I say resize and make an invitation, it's giving me 2 ready options. Can you see how it happened automatically? Let me cancel this and do it again. So here I am, I've got a timetable ready. Now since I'm a kindergarten teacher, I'd like to send it as a card to all the parents that this is what our plan is going to be. And I decide to send it as a card. I'm going to resize it and go down and select the card. So there are 2 options again in card. I'm going to take the bigger size and I'm going to say resize. Now Canva automatically does this and there I can choose between any of these 2 options which one I'd like. Do you see the difference? In one, hands are all spaced out and one, it's just giving us a white border. So I want to take this one. I'm going to click on this one. What is your preferred look? Okay. And I'm going to remove all this and I'm going to give it a fun background. So I'm going to go to background options and maybe give it something like this. Or in backgrounds, I can even write kids or maybe children. There's only one background for children. Let me put that background here, right? So it's basically some shoes put together to indicate that they're small children. I can make the design smaller and let the shoes show, or I can resize it to something else as well. So if I make this 100%, I can also then click on my name and change it to black, because I don't think it's very visible right now, right? So my point of view really is that I can change anything I like, and Canva gives us that option. Okay, I can delete this because I don't need it. I can even delete these colors because, you know, actually I like my background color very much and I don't need it. Okay, so I'm going to maybe delete this, keep it the way it is, and so on. So this is, for instance, a lesson plan, right? So in lesson plan, we saw so many options of so many templates. What are we going to do on Monday? What are we going to do on Tuesday? A meal plan. A nutritionist could use this template and change the meal plan. And, or, you know, maybe you send it to your parents. If you're running a kinder school, parents, of course, at all ages want to know what their children are eating. So you can use this template and send this. Okay, so I'm going to close lesson plan. I'm going to go through the others as well. Worksheet templates. Extremely essential. Worksheets often are for younger students. Of course, one can always change the topic the way you'd like to, but let's say something like this, an art critique, or something really simple and straightforward for a younger child. Okay, let's use this template also to see that Canva has catered to so many of our needs. Here we are, and we have a ready color that shape. So I can click on this and color it here. But we're not giving children access to so much. We're not telling them how to teach Canva right now, are we? If you are, of course, they can have this option. Otherwise, they are going to print this. So the parents are going to print this, and the children with crayons are going to fill this in, right? So, of course, using Canva, I can do what I like here, right? And it'll take a second. But the children have to get used to also coloring it on their computer, on their own hands. So they'll do whatever it takes, right? So you can change the shape here. I can take this off, or I can change the color here by double clicking and writing the color and also showing that color right there. So it's saying whatever circular, you can color it red, and so on and so forth, right? We also picked up something for an art critique here. Look at the artwork carefully and answer the following questions. What are the things you see in the artwork? Now, these are just designs, right? You could paste an art that you want to, maybe something drawn by Picasso. You can put it up here and send it to all your higher education students to say, let's have an art. You know, let's get you all to discuss art the way it is. So these are ready templates. Here, we're coming to certificates in just 2 minutes. I'm going to show you other templates, storyboard templates, right? Storyboard templates. Now, this is something used a lot in English comprehension, also a lot in, you know, like, for instance, here there's a template for camping adventure. If you need to tell all the parents what's going to be the plan for the children and their camping adventure, you know, or for their trip and so on. So storyboards are used to explain a lot of things, whether, you know, we can make a storyboard today about Corona, right? So how can you help your neighbors, right? So how can we help our neighbors? See, when we go for vegetable shopping, buy some for them as well. Make sure anyone not wearing a mask is reminded to wear, and so on and so forth. So we could create a storyboard, send it within our society, you know, on WhatsApp, or send a printout, whatever it takes. So a storyboard can be made about water conservation or about any sort of message that you want to give. There are some bookmark templates here, right? So one can go ahead and see class schedule templates. Now, this is something very simple, which we all, you know, have had our entire journey of education, where we have a timetable, which is written in the first page of our notebooks. Now, a lot of you are taking digital classes. You're teaching it via Google Classroom. You're teaching via Zoom. So what is it that they need to know? What is the schedule for the entire day? You can send a simple graphic by telling them what is the entire schedule. So I'll just add a text box right here in the middle, and I'm going to write art class. Oh, I want to keep it capital, so here I am, right? And I'm going to take it right here. It doesn't fit into my here, so I'm going to make the font, let's say 25, right? And make sure it's right there. Or I can even reduce the font even further and make it 18, right? So and so on. So you could put in text everywhere and send this to your student base. I'm going to close this. Okay. Press B. This is what we've done earlier, and certificate, right? Here we are, we have a world of certificates. Now, as educators, we often need to give certification for various things. You have an inter-school competition, you have a college competition, you have a college festival, you have to give it to participants who've come, loads of reasons why you need to certify somebody. So here are some options that exist. Okay, so this, for instance, is a very, very simple certificate. I can use this template, change it to my colors of my school. This is not the color of my school. I'm going to make it green. Okay, and I'm going to add a logo. Okay, and I'm also going to answer the question that was asked earlier about how do we copy logos. So I'm going to upload a logo. Actually, I do have one right here. Okay, so I have a logo of this brand, which is a photography company, and I'm going to upload it right now. Okay, so the reason I'm not using this one is, one moment please, I'm going to use another logo. I'm going to use another logo because I want to use a logo which has a white background, and I want to be able to delete the background. Please. These are all the pictures that I've probably taken. Okay, so here is a logo, okay, of a brand. Okay, do you see? Now let's imagine this is a school crest. Okay, now here's the logo. Now I can put the logo right here, move all this down. Now what happens is that around this logo, firstly I should crop it a little bit. What if I want to have the color not white, but the entire color, let's say a green or a, say, even if I have to have an off-white logo. When I bring in a logo, what happens is that often logos are saved with a white background, right? All I have to do is I have to go to effects and I can remove the white background. So I've clicked on what I need to sort of work on in terms of the effect. Now it's loading and it's going to tell you what are the options that are. One moment. Okay. So we've clicked on this and we click on effects. Okay, background remover. I click on this and can you see on your pages, please, on the screen, the magic that happens right now. There you go. Do you see? The background's gone, right? It was like this and now it's like this, right? So the background is gone. Sorry about that. The background has completely disappeared. And here it could be my college logo, certificate of completion. If I want to make this participation, I can. It goes to Alia, Zafar for recognition and so on. This will be your principal's number, maybe your chairperson's number, and here is your certificate ready, right? Now I could also start the certificate, of course, from scratch, wherein I will still like to go into the templates and create it. Why? Because I'm going to get the right sizing, standard certificate sizing, and then I can give it a border. Okay, so I'm going to go to elements and pick on a border. Maybe something like this, something very simple. Or I could pick on something more traditional, something like this. Now I think it's white in color, so that's why it's not showing up. If I make it blue, it will. So maybe I can keep something like this and copy paste it and rotate it around so that it can, I'm just rotating my design around, put an element like this here, put my logo here, for example, right? And write the details, add in text and create my certificate like that, right? Bring in your signatures. Of course, when you create certificates, you will have to get authorized signatures, authorized digital signatures from any HOD that you would like, whose signatures have to be a part of it. So Be extremely careful when it comes to certificate designing. Your signatures, digital signatures should be given to you by the an authorized person. I'm going to add a new page and also select something as ready as it is, and I can make changes to this, right? So here, what we've been learning in Canva, we've talked about certificates. We've talked about so many kinds of educational options that you have in terms of educational tools, where you can create, timetables. You can create simple presentations. I'm also going to go now and show you two important things. Uh, let's go back all the way. So we've talked about worksheets as well. Here, I'm going to go to a template of a presentation. Okay, presentations. I'm not clicking on what type. And I'm going to take a template here. And I'm also going to talk about not only changing a presentation, also how are we downloading any picture. Okay. Caring for animals during natural disasters. I've clicked on this and I've said, yes, I'm going to use this template. So here we are, as you can see on my screen. Okay, I can remove this animal and I can, so before I get to that, if you see when I click on a presentation, right, so they've done the storyboard for the entire presentation, right? So I have, when I click on a presentation, it has given me the entire storyboard. Now maybe my presentation is only for 5 pages. I can delete what I don't want. I'm changing this animal just to give you all a revision of, I'm going to take a little pup. Okay, let's take this little pup and reduce the size. Put him right here. Caring for animals during natural disasters. I can change any text that's written here or anything like that. Okay. So now, like I said, you can double click on this, change sentence. If you don't want this and you want the next one, I can simply delete it. Do you see the options here? Copy it, delete it. I'm going to delete this page because I wanted one right with 2 picture options. Here I've taken a picture and I've replaced this one with it. Okay. Delete that picture. Change this picture as well and so on, right? So that we've learned. Now, how am I to download this presentation? This is my presentation and it's ready. I've deleted what I needed to. I've added what I had to. I've changed the look. Now, if you're sitting with someone, I can straightaway click on present, but often we need to send it to someone. So let's firstly change, let's not call it blue and white animal. Let's just call it animal welfare disaster keynote presentation. Okay, I've changed the name. Now I'm going to go and click on this button right above us, here above on the screen, sorry, not above us, right here. And it says, it has an arrow pointing down. How do you want to download it? Let's see what the options are. You have a PNG file. Now, PNG is a high quality image. Okay, and JPG is a small file size. So if you're creating a card, you can absolutely, if you send it to your friend on WhatsApp for her birthday, you can absolutely select JPG. But PNG is a slightly more, like it says, higher quality. Then you have, so these are just image ways of image. Then there's PDF and there's PDF print, right? So PDF standard is if you have to share it on email, you should select PDF standard. But of course, if you have to print the presentation, you should select PDF print. Then you have an option of video, and I'm going to show you that as well, and a short animated clip. Okay, so let me show you each of these options. So let's say I want a PNG file. Now a PNG file is one image. So I'm going to click here and select on which page do I want to create the PNG file on. Okay, I'll say I want page 1. Okay, so maybe I just want to show the front page to a colleague to ask her what does she think about the first page. So I've downloaded just the first page. Or maybe, as a student, you've just started a presentation, you want to share it with your teacher. Or as a teacher, you started a presentation for another college and you want to share it with your colleagues. So it's downloaded. Here it is. I'm opening it right here. Oh, I'm going to have to, just a moment please, I'm going to have to do a new share. And here, this is what I've made, and this has come as a PNG file. So it's a single page. I can't go down on it. I can't do anything with it. I can't go down further on it. Okay. I've stopped sharing screen. I'm going to go back to this animal welfare presentation. Okay. Now, same thing will happen with JPG, so I'm not going to repeat that. Exactly same thing will happen. You'll just get a slightly smaller file size. PDF standard, okay? Now, PDF standard, do I want only the first 5 pages? Maybe it's halfway down my presentation. I want only the first 5 pages. I'm going to click on the first 5 pages and say done. So now it's going to download the presentation only of the first 5 pages in the form of a presentation. So let's see what happens. So let's show you what is downloaded here. So where is animal welfare? Here it is. Okay. Same. First thing is open up. Now I can scroll down and I can go to 5 pages. Okay, the first 5 or 6 pages that I downloaded, right? So now it's in the form of a presentation. Now I can send it to anybody I like, or of course, if my presentation is fully ready, then I can just click on all pages and click on done, PDF standard, and download it. PDF print, I'm not going to show you because it's exactly the same thing. It's just higher quality image. Now video, okay? A very interesting added tip I'd like to give you. Now, do you see the word animate? Okay, now this does not come unless you have a pro version. But I want to tell you what happens is that if we know what we're missing out, we might like to take the option to animate it, right? It always adds more excitement. Animation always adds more excitement. And we've taken a class only on animation, but I'm going to show you how a simple tip and how we can do this right now. Okay, so stay with me, all of you. Here we are. And I'm going to just do a simple animation. I'm going to say animate, stomp, or tumble. Okay, and apply it to all pages. And now I'm going to add music as well to make it more fun for you all. See the life you can bring to a presentation by making it interesting, right? And now I'm going to present it in an autoplay version for 5 seconds per slide. Let's see how it looks like. Can you all, just a moment. I don't think you all can hear music. Just a moment. Even though I've put in the music, let's see why it's not coming in. Okay. So I hope the music is on. Okay. So let's present it. Right. So here it was. We saw the entire presentation and it moved. It kept showing it to you in the form of an animation, right? Well, let me just go back to Canva Home and tell you all, just a moment. Yeah, let me go back to the Canva Home and tell you that here at home, we have options of our design kit, creating a team together. We can also share a design. So I can click on a design that I've just created and share it with another person who might also be using Canva and can make edits, right? So you can write here, click on share it for somebody else to view or for another person. It has to be somebody who has a Canva account, and give them the option to either edit it or just see it or share a link only to view or to edit. So you can share it with another teacher. She can make her changes and she can send it back to you, right? So that's very, very essential as well. So here we are, we can create any design we want. The options and opportunities to do with Canva are endless. If you all feel that, you know, on the first, you tend to catch yourself using Canva very, very often, then you must absolutely, you know, go move to the pro version. But if you're not, I'd like to tell you that the pro version is for about $12 a month. But there is enough you can do with the free version as well. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. I hope you've enjoyed this session.